You're going to put the screen up, please. She's going to share a screen. But what you say to your brain and yourself is what you become. So we start with positive affirmations because what you say and what you hear yourself saying is what you become. So Maddie, yeah, Maddie's sharing her screen. So here we go, positive affirmations. Say them out loud with me. We believe that women do not need makeup or skincare to be beautiful. We believe women are beautiful no matter what. We believe they're intrinsically beautiful and valuable with or without great makeup and skincare. Instead, we use our products to enhance a woman's beauty and confidence. Some people believe makeup covers up a woman's face. We believe it enhances it and makes her shine more brightly and operates at a higher level of confidence. Now it says you are beautiful, but say to yourself right now, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Woo! Okay, Maddie, you can take that off. Awesome. Yay. All right. So now with having said our positive affirmations, we go into recognition. We're just going to take a couple minutes to recognize a couple superstar consultants as Teresa goes ahead and shares some super great news of what's happening with people. Go ahead, Teresa.
Yes, I am so excited to get to recognize these superstars. So first up, we like to recognize our queen of sales for the week. And we'll start with our first runner-up because that is just as important as the queen herself because sometimes it's super close. So this week's first runner-up is Stephanie Komaniki with 606 in sales. Yay! $606 in sales for the week. That is incredible. But our queen this week is Stacy Halstead with $1,405. Yay, Stacy. And so we of course asked Stacy to share like what she's doing and just what she did this week to get those amazing sales. And Stacy said, I started doing lives more often on my Facebook page and sharing about my favorite products. And isn't that where it all starts for all of us? I'm excited to learn more in this course so I can be more confident with giving advice about makeup. Yay! Congrats, Stacy. And it just goes to show you that with 1,400 in sales, the products are just that good. When people try them, they fall in love with them. And so great job of sharing these products with your customer. And then next, we want to recognize our queen of sharing. And this is where consultants share the Mary Kay opportunity. And Maureen Mull is our queen of sharing this week. Yay, Maureen. I know she's got big goals and is on a roll and moving up into leadership. And she added one new team member, and that gave her the opportunity to go to leadership in Nashville with all of us directors. So congrats, Maureen. Way to go and way to share the opportunity. I'm so proud of all of our achievers this week, and we look forward to seeing who our achievers are next week. And back to Charmaine.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Teresa. Okay, so again, I said if you are a guest, type in the chat or raise your hand right now as Maddie's looking across the screens because we definitely want to get your name in a drawing. We'll be saying this a few times throughout, but there's 3 ways that you're going to win prizes. One way is you're on tonight. So you're on tonight, your hand is raised, you're going to win. You're going to have the opportunity to be in a drawing. The second way you can win a prize is by filling out a Google form after this event. That's going to put you in a drawing for actually even bigger prizes because we're going to be at the end of the month giving out brush sets. We're going to be giving out tools of the trade. So just by filling out that form, it counts for your consultant, which I know you want to help her. And it also counts for you because you'll be entered in more drawings to win. Okay, so that's the second way. And the third way you can win prizes is if you choose to come on next week, and you can come on all 8 weeks, but every time you come on after tonight, you'll be entered. When you comment in the chats, there's already 19 comments down there. When you comment, you'll be entered in yet another drawing. So we'll be giving out, starting next week, even more prizes for second time comer honors. to be entered in the drawing. All right, for more prizes, because we love giving things out in Mary Kay. We love giving you some tools and products so that you can experience what we know and what we love, because we love our products. So thank you. There's 3 ways, and I'll repeat it towards the end too, on how you can win prizes. Okay. All right. So directors, you can all unmute yourself. And before we start, Leslie's going to be our main teacher today, Leslie. But before we start, I want you to just, each director, tell us your name and where you're coming in from, and then your best makeup tip. Like just a real quick, like one-liner. What is your personal best makeup tip? So go ahead.
All right, I'm Teresa Whitaker, coming in from Chelsea, Michigan, which is just outside of Ann Arbor, Michigan. And my makeup tip is makeup only looks as good as the condition of your skin. I know.
Amen. Yeah. Okay, Barbara. No, Aaliyah.
My turn. Hi, everyone. My name is Aaliyah D. Maria. I'm currently coming into you from Las Vegas, Nevada, but I live in Orlando, Florida. And my tip would be brows and eyeliner are sisters, not twins.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
And I'm Barbara Kirk, coming from Central Florida. And my tip is find one facial feature and accent that one.
Excellent. Marissa?
My name is Marissa Foster. I'm coming from Apollo, Pennsylvania. And really follow some girls, some products on socials. Your VIP group, your consultants VIP group, make sure you're a part of it so you can stay in touch. Your consultant is going to be giving you tips of the trade and these trends. You can follow Mary Kay US on Instagram and Facebook. Lori Hogg, LORIHOGG, is an awesome gal to follow on Instagram. So you're scrolling, you might as well learn some new tricks and tips about makeup and skincare.
Very true. Excellent. Yeah.
Hey, it's Ilana coming from Chicago. And listen, ladies, layering your products are important, but doing the right way is also important. Get rid of that cakiness. We'll help you there. And blend, and more blend. We got ya.
Okay, and my tip would be dark pushes in and light pushes out. So dark, if you want something to go away, you put dark on it, and you want it to come out, you put light on it, you highlight it. So that's my tip. Okay, and now without further ado, we are going to talk to our master leader on color training today, Leslie. Let's give her a big round of applause. Woo, Leslie.
Hello. It's so fun to see all your faces on here. I just love this. So my name is Leslie Fabris, and before we start tonight, I do want to give credibility to our directors because so many of us have sat at the feet of amazing makeup professionals. So I don't know how many times I have had the honor to sit at the feet of makeup artists because I'm in Mary Kay. So I love that. And I love the ability to learn more about makeup. And tonight, if you guys have your makeup bag near, you can grab it. We won't actually be applying makeup. However, you can kind of sift through your makeup bag and say, oh, based on what they're saying tonight, this is a good color for me. Or maybe I should, give that one to a friend or, put that one aside. And so just grab those out and it might be a reference for you tonight. So if you've ever tried on a color and been like, wow, I look so good in this, or another one and been like, that kind of washes me out, or I don't look so great in that, you are talking color theory. So we are going to really get into this tonight, and we are going to base this on our color wheel tonight. So don't worry, I'm not going to get too into the science of everything. However, it's important to understand these basic concepts when you're choosing makeup for yourself. So let's go ahead and we are going to, I'm going to share my screen here and pull up our color wheel. Okay. So as you look at this, we actually have primary colors first. And you guys know, we learned this in elementary school, right? So our primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. And from the primary colors, we create secondary colors. And the secondary colors would be red and yellow make orange. Like, I feel like I'm teaching elementary school right now. But red and yellow make orange, blue and red make purple, and blue and yellow make green. And then from there, there's this other fancy word called tertiary colors. And these are made with one primary color and one secondary color. So you can get all kinds of colors from those. And makeup colors actually live inside the color wheel because they are either a tint, a tone, or a shade of color on the outside of the color wheel. So we're going to talk about that right now. And so I'm going to actually stop the share here so I can show you a few colors. But when you take red and you add white to it, or any color and you add white to it, you're actually creating a tint. And so I'm going to show you guys, this is our dusty pink eyeshadow right here. And this is, it's probably a little bit bright, but this is a pink that is created from adding white to a red. And then next, adding gray to a color will create a tone. And I know I'm talking really fast here tonight, and this isn't so important, but I'm just giving you the basics on kind of different words and why we use them. But a tone is adding gray to a color. And so our green kind of shade moss is a green with a gray added to it. I love this color. I use it all the time. And then the third thing to remember is adding black to a color will create a shade. And so this is a shade of purple and blue kind of mixed together. This is our Merlot shade, another really gorgeous color. So that creates a shade. Now, in terms of what colors are going to look best on me or on you, we're going to go back to that color wheel. So I'm going to again share my screen here. And okay, my picture has disappeared. Where did it go? I'll pull it up again here.
It was there.
Was it there?
Yeah,
I couldn't see it. I guess you guys could.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. So when you are looking for complementary colors, you want to go across the color wheel. So for example, what's going to stand out the most are colors opposite. So if you want to make your blue eyes stand out, you will see what is directly opposite of that on the color wheel would be orange or a shade of orange. Now, obviously in Mary Kay, we don't have straight orange or red, or we do have some blue eyeshadows, but what you're looking for is a color that has that color incorporated into it. So again, like let's look at green right here. So green and red Christmas colors, you know, those two obviously pop, and that's why we put those together for Christmas. And you might not see exactly those colors, but if you have green eyes, if you are blending a shade of red, like greens look so good in purples and violets and figs. And so you can kind of see how those are opposite the color wheel there, but really will make your green eyes stand out. So I wanted to show you guys just a few colors and the Mary Kay lineup that really look good together with your eye color. So I'm going to pull that up here. Okay, so this is just a little chart to help you understand what would make your specific eye color pop and stand out. And so let's start with brown eyes here. Do you guys know that 70% of the world actually has brown eyes, which makes sense? And so what makes brown eyes pop is interesting because brown eyes are a combination of all the primary colors put together. So instead of it being super specific, brown eyes actually do look best in jewel tones, which are kind of those more vibrant tones. So for example, here's a great color combination with our moonstone, frozen iris, which is that middle color there, and dusty rose. And you can kind of see these middle colors are really those jewel tones. So like the evening navy, the emerald noir. So if you've ever tried on jewel tones with brown eyes, you are going to really see those pop. And then next up, let's talk blue eyes. So Charmaine and I were laughing because we both have blue eyes tonight when we're on here talking. However, we do look good in different colors, but the blue eyes look best. Opposite color spectrum would be orange for blue eyes. And so you can see that these main colors in here, so this is like a soft heather, and the middle color here, a shiny penny, and a cinnabar kind of incorporate those oranges into them to kind of pull those eye colors out really well. The color your eye out really well. And then green eyes, again, we looked at that already, was across from red. And so these midtones kind of incorporate some of that red into them and shades of the red, even though you're looking at this thing, that's not really red, but purples and those warmer colors are what you're going to see with the green eyes. So, so these are just some really good shades of color that will look good. And let's see, and sometimes too, I won't get super into this, but sometimes your hair color, your skin color, different things can affect what shades look great on you. So for example, Charmaine's got blue eyes and blonde hair, and man, she looks good in those really warm eyeshadows, whereas I tend to look better in the cool eyeshadows. I get my hair colored very cool blonde. So it's kind of like that platinum blonde versus the, versus the more strawberry blonde. And so that can affect it a little bit too. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So in just looking at like my color palette, I have a little bit of a pinky one there, but pretty much if I want to go just neutral, I'm going to stick with a neutral look. And then I can add and pop lip color and cheek color. So we're going to talk about undertones and such in just a moment, but just staying for a moment on color. You do have to live with how you were born, right? So I have naturally rosy cheeks. So even though possibly an orange might look good on me for cheeks, I can't wear that because it would conflict or draw attention to my cheeks because I have pink cheeks. So I use like hint of pink. There's my well-worn cheek color. But I have to blend it. It has to blend to fit me with my cheek color so my cheeks don't stand out. If you've ever seen somebody and you go, oh, she has cheek color on, look at that. Obviously, that's not the look we're going for. We're going for a look that really compliments you and looks good on you. So on the color wheel, I go across and wear colors that complement so that the blue eye pops. If I were to wear blue colors, I can wear them, but it's not going to show the intensity of my blue eye because it's going to take away because I'm competing for the blue. What blue do I want people to look at? So I tend to wear browns and oranges and warm tones. I wear biscotti as opposed to a white because I want more of a beige tone instead of a white tone, so it doesn't conflict and take away from my eyeshadow. Of course, when this warm palette came out, I just have to giggle, you guys, because this came out in the fall, and for me, I'm like, oh, I can't ever wear any of those bright colors. And what I found was I could wear almost every one. I mean, I even put that purple on timidly once in a while, and it actually looked good. And people would say, and this is what you want to watch for, people will say, oh my gosh, your eyes look great. You're looking for friends to compliment you. So one example, years ago, I had this beautiful blue cashmere sweater, and years ago, they cost a lot of money. And so I wore it a lot. And my friends would say, are you feeling okay? Are you okay? And I would say, yeah, why? And my best friend, Gwen, said, you need never to wear that sweater again. And I'm like, it's cashmere. I'm just, no, throw it away. You look terrible in it. And it was this light powder blue, and it just threw ashy into my face. And back then we didn't even really have good makeup back then, so it just made me not look good. So just listen to your friends too on what they tell you, and your beauty consultant. Hopefully you can try colors and tones that complement and don't distract from your eyes. So going across that color wheel are colors that are going to complement you and look good on you. So even though my first instinct was, oh, I cannot wear those colors, Aaliyah is one to really encourage me to try things. And so I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And then Alana's like, oh my gosh, your eyes look amazing. Oh my gosh, look at you. So listen to your friends and listen to their counsel, because oftentimes just getting out of your comfort zone and really going across that color wheel and trying something is really good. So Robert Jones was a makeup artist many of us trained with, and he said, stick to your basic colors on your face, like what complements your face. And then you can match your lip. Like you should have a lip wardrobe, right? You should have lip colors that all look good on you, like a peach color, and then here's another color. See, that looks good on me too. This is called festive pink. So colors that look good on you, right? Maybe 3. So if I wear a warm red, a warm pink, and an orange, then I have my wardrobe of lipsticks. So that you can switch up with what you have on your wardrobe of lipsticks, but your shadows and we're going to talk about foundations in a minute, they'll kind of stay. All right. So cheek colors, again, I said, are going to complement your cheek. And then again, if you have, last thing about color, if you have dark circles like blue, purple, dark circles under your eyes, what color do you think you need to distract from that? Think of the color wheel. You want to not draw attention to it. You definitely don't want blue under there. You definitely want pink under there. What color do you want, guys? You can type in the chat if you want to complement and get rid of blue and purple under your eye. I'm hoping I'm seeing people say you want orange, yellow, orange, because that's on the opposite side. That's going to cover up the blue, purple, and so it's going to complement you. Okay, so that's just an understanding of color. Everybody, can we have a big applause for that? Woo! Color. Okay, 1 second. Am I going to show my Robert Jones? I think that's good. One thing I want to say, so right now I have an orange lip color. And Alana, if you can unmute yourself, while Alana's unmuting, Alana has boho on, right, Alana? So
Yes,
unmute so people can see you. And the thing that I want to share, which I had a cotton ball somewhere. Here it is. I'm going to put the same color on that Alana has on. Alana's a different skin tone than me. So I'm going to put her color on. And do you see how that is
sure.
not necessarily a complementary color for me? It looks kind of okay on screen.
Get a little closer.
It doesn't look that good in real life, I have to say.
It looks more red on you.
Yeah, it's kind of a brownie. And when I go off to the side and get browns on me, it's not so good. Again, listen to your girlfriends. And I'm going to put a pink on top. Just my festive pink. That adds energy to my body. You see how much energy I get now? Where some lipsticks can look good on some people, a lipstick changes with your pH balance of your body. So you need to try a variety of lipsticks, get samples from your consultant, she has them, to make sure you look good in your lipstick. So a lipstick wardrobe, everyone needs 3 colors that complement them. Okay, Leslie, are we going now into our next, our undertone?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so we're going to talk about undertone so we can understand foundation. All right, and next week we've got some awesome directors that are going to be covering all the details on foundation. But how many of you have ever wandered down the foundation aisle at your local drugstore like in a panic? Like, there's so many options. How would I have any idea what to pick? And so you kind of pick it up and you kind of hold it next to your hand. It's been a long time since I've done this because I've been in Mary Kay for a while, thank God. But it's so stressful. And then if you get the wrong shade and you open it up and you can't take it back, you can't return it because you already opened it. So we're going to help you to understand that a little bit tonight to kind of crack the code on how to pick out the right foundation color for you. Okay. So a skin tone would be what you see when you actually physically look at your skin, okay? So we typically refer to these tones as ivory, which is light, beige, which is medium, and bronze, which is deep. And your your skin tone will actually change potentially if you go out in the sun. So it may darken in the sun, it may cause you to burn in the sun. So that would actually darken potentially in the sun. Your undertone is a bit more under the skin. It's a bit more hidden. And so it's more difficult to tell what your undertone is. And we refer to undertones as warm, cool, or neutral. Okay. When the skin is described as having cool undertones, it means the skin has more of a pink or a pink and bluish hue to it, undertones to it. A warm skin undertone has more yellow in it. And then a neutral is a little bit tricky to figure out. But if you don't seem to be super yellow or pink, you might be neutral and kind of in the middle and kind of incorporate a little bit of both. So the easiest way to figure out your undertone is actually to pull up your wrist and kind of look at that. And I'm going to show you guys a picture, but Charmaine, can you hold your wrist up really quick so we can kind of see that? And I don't know if you guys can, I know we're like with lights here, but I don't know if you guys can even see the difference from Charmaine and I. I definitely am more of a neutral to yellow, whereas Charmaine is more of that pink undertone or the cool undertone. So I'm gonna, again, share my screen here and show you guys a picture that should help to make this, just make a little bit more sense. I don't know why, but again, my picture has disappeared. Here we go. Okay, so this should help a bit, but on the left, you can see the cool skin tone. It has a little bit more of that pink, or you can also see like a blue almost undertone to it. The neutral is in the middle, and the warm skin tone is more of that, like you can really see the yellow standing out in it. And something that's interesting is that it does not matter if you're ivory, beige, or bronze. All three of them can actually be warm, cool, or neutral. So I know that might sound odd. You might think the darker the skin tone, the more likely that they're yellow, or and it might be more likely. However, there are undertones in every skin tone as well. So don't be confused by that. Okay, and then if you are looking at your skin and you're still like, Leslie, I have no clue. I'm looking at my wrist. I do not know. Or you might be like me. I have rosacea. And so I just found this out actually, which is cracking the code on my own brain, because my skin tends to be super yellow. My legs stay tan all year, but my face does not tend to keep up with the rest of my body. I tend to get burnt more on my face. And so if you have rosacea, it tends to pull you more cool, especially on your face. So I learned that. It was great information. But another little test to figure out what your undertone is, and this is super helpful for you consultants when you're working with your guests. And if you're on tonight as a guest, you can hear this. But if you tend to burn in the sun, or get red easily, and then you kind of go back to the same color after that burn leaves, you're probably a cool undertone. If you burn, but then tan after that, so your skin does go to a darker shade after you burn, you're probably neutral. And then if you tan really easily and you don't burn much, you're probably more of a warm undertone. And this is really helpful when you're choosing a foundation color, because your foundations tend to be ivory, beige, bronze, but then they also have an undertone in them. So as you're looking, even if you picked up the Mary Kay catalog and you were looking through it, you'll kind of notice as you're looking at it, certain shades do have more pink in them, certain shades have more yellow in them, and others are kind of in the middle. And so that helps you to kind of see the different undertones as well. And like I said with Charmaine and I, it's not just about what your hair and eye color look like. Your undertone really changes, what you're going to look best in as well. So so I think that's Charmaine, is there anything else you wanted to cover on the color wheel or undertones?
I think that's really good. So when you're picking your foundation, just to recap, you want to answer your questions. Do you burn? Are you cool, neutral, or warm? And then that's your kind of your, so it's like decorating your house. You prime and you paint the room how you like it. And then you can throw all the pictures around it you want. Then you can put all the colors around, and you can use your complementary colors. But that undertone is what you're looking for when you're completely thinking about makeup. So, okay, I did want to share a screen because I love the screen from Robert Jones. If you can go ahead and share that, Maddie. I think this is just a great screen, and I'm gonna. So okay, I'm trying to create chat rooms at the same time. Are you able to share that, Maddie? Nope. Okay.
Just a second. I think it got paused for some reason. So let me
Okay, well, I have it right here. It might not show very well. So this is from Robert Jones' book. It's like the coolest page. If you're able to share it, that's good. But if not, I do have it like right here on my screen. But it says, makeup is meant to be beautiful. And beautiful makeup, here we go, is all about the colors you choose and where you place them. Never about how much you put on. And I just love that, because it's not about piling makeup on and, like Alana said, blend, blend, blend. It's about just how you place them. And hopefully during this whole makeup course, you're going to learn how to place it, where to put it, so that you're going to feel super confident in your colors. Okay. So, I just want to now just remind everybody about the prizes. Right now, we're trying really desperately to figure out who is a guest. I've got there are 64 people on, so I'm trying to figure out who is a consultant and who is a guest. So you might be in a room. We want all the consultants to stay in this main room, but I really am going to just have to start clicking, because I'm going to put you guys in a chat room. So number one, you're going to get in a drawing. Guest, if you could just find the little button where you raise your hands, that would be super cool. See, all I have to say is raise their hands, and that the computer hears me and they put my hand up. Isn't that crazy? So they're watching and listening to every word you say. I'm just saying. For sure. So guests, make sure you get in the drawing today because we're giving out lots of gifts. Then consultants, hopefully I'm going to know some of your names and you're going to stay in the main chat room with Barbara. But the rest of us, go ahead, Aaliyah, and explain how we're going into chat rooms.
Yep, perfect. So for those of you who have not been in a Zoom chat room before, I'm going to explain to you kind of how this will work. So what Charmaine is doing right now is she is putting all of the guests in a room with a sales director who is on right now. And now is going to be your time where we can all unmute. You can ask any questions specifically about the topic that we're talking about tonight. Anything you guys wanted, like maybe explained a little bit more, or if you had questions about specific colors that you currently have or any additional colors, we will go ahead and explain that in the chat room. And the way it's going to work, so those of you who are on your phones, actually computers too, there's going to be a little blurb that's going to pop up and it's going to say Charmaine Lipscomb is inviting you to a breakout room. So once that pops up, you're going to go ahead and hit accept or okay or whatever option that lets you into the room. And then what it's going to do is it's going to take you and put you in another room. So you'll be in a room with a director and some of the other guests who are on today. Again, everyone will be able to be unmuted. That way you guys can kind of ask questions, anything that you had on your mind. If you're thinking of anything specific, just go ahead and jot that down right now. So you can remember it, because I'm someone that forgets a question. I forget what it is when I want to go ask it. So you can go ahead and hit accept when it pops on. And then time-wise, we're going to see how long we'll be able to stay on, probably about like 5 minutes or so. And then there's going to be another little blurb while we're in the breakout room that's going to pop up and let us know when we have about a minute left. So it'll just say, hey, there's about 60 seconds left in the chat room. And then that number is going to kind of slowly start to go down to 0. And then once it does hit 0, it's going to bring us all back to this main group that we're in right now. So don't be confused or anything like that. It's going to do it without even asking our permission. It's just going to automatically bring us back. But just so you guys are aware of how that will kind of go down. If you're asking a question, just know that there's going to be like a couple seconds left to go ahead and answer it. And then we'll come back here and we'll talk about prizes, and we'll be giving away prizes when we come back to all of our guests, because Maddie's still jotting down. So
yeah,
give Charmaine just a couple more seconds, because there's a lot of us on tonight.
There really are,
a couple more seconds. And she's going to go ahead and add us into the groups. So again, once that thing pops up, it's going to say Charmaine invited you to a group. You'll go ahead and click join, and then we will go ahead and get started. So if anyone has any questions, I know you guys are typing in the chat anyway. If anyone has any questions about how to get into the room, you could type it. I will stay on and make sure that everyone's like away in a room.
So just so you know, you might be in a consultant room, you might be in a guest room. I just did my best. Okay, so off we go. I'm opening up the rooms.
All right, go ahead and hit join, everyone.